Hi, it's the PC Doctor in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Mike Denney, and today I'm going to review the KOSS plug isolation earbud stereo headphones. What an earful, right? First of all, kind of concerned, even though I've turned comments off, that my hair was distracting from people listening to my reviews. So, hey, I'm down here. So I thought I would just go ahead and wear this nice little uh, Swedish uh, looking hat, this stupid Walmart buy. So I'm just kidding. But anyway, that's what the review is about. Enjoy. Buy it or not, I don't care. But the review is about learning about the product, and whether you'll like it depends on what you think. So enjoy the review. I had a little bit of fun making it, and I am going to enjoy using these headphones, these earbuds. But I'm really waiting until the summer months so I can start seeing how they, or the spring, so I can see how they work when I'm mowing the yard as isolation earbuds. Too cheap and too poor to buy, expensive Bose units. Let's just see how these work, and I think they might work for me. So I'll add notes if that comes like in the future to where I think that they perform so great I may even rework the YouTube video or my review. I'm doing a short section of this video to show how difficult it is to get the little soft actual earplugs attachments onto the KOSS earbuds. The speakers are embedded in the earbuds themselves, and they have these little white rods that protrude out of them like little stems. The earbuds are earplugs. Actually, they're just basically, you can make replacement ones with any earplugs that you buy at the store, obviously. But I just want to show how difficult it is, given the collapsible nature of the earplug itself and how soft the neoprene is, to actually get it on. You'll probably I'll probably have to end up spraying PAM on the stem, or some sort of something that might end up eating away at the earplug, actually a petroleum product, to get them on here, because they get within about a centimeter of the base of the stem and then they just stop. It's very hard to press them on any further. I will show you how. And keep in mind, I am twisting these in an attempt to get them on, but they just go no further than about a centimeter or half a centimeter to the base. To get them off, you have to grab them and pull them, because to pull them this way just pinches them onto it. And kind of unhappy about that, especially considering two of the ones I got here. I'll show you. I used a little stirring straw to store these on. These will push onto a stirring straw a lot easier than the stem, because it's a little bit thinner. It's a couple millimeters thinner. But these are the ones that came with the product, and I just want to show how they were crushed in shipment. This one was fine. Okay, you can easily tell. Okay, that's the one that was on one of the earbuds originally. This one, which comes off a little bit harder, it was crushed, and that's because the packaging was flimsy in the Walmart shipment, and KOSS might want to become aware of this. If you are distributing these through Walmart, this has been off for an hour now, so it should have, due to the cold weather and the amount of time, these are going to have to be, or at least this one, the crushed one, is permanently crushed. And I'm sure my ears might not know the difference, but rather than try to reshape this sucker, which I've already tried a little bit on this stirring straw, I'm going to probably end up having to just throw these two away, since they are a matched pair, and get some earplugs and just make my own. When I do that, I don't know exactly how I'm going to punch the center holes out, so I'm going to have to learn a way to do that. But these are the ones the additional ones, they're a little bit larger as far as the replacements are concerned, so I guess they just gave you two sizes. I am going to go ahead and spray PAM on the stems and pick up the video after I do that. Okay, I've released the hair to show you the the results of my little experiment. I did not use PAM. I used some silicone spray that I had laying around. I put it back. But anyway, some aerosol spray to get these little guys to come off. And again, you have to pull them off like that. I sprayed the silicone on a paper towel, and I went around the plastic stem like this. And the result was fairly easy, even in a mashed state like this, semi-mashed state. It just was easy to fit them back on, and they stayed on. So the only concern I have about that is long term. I think using an excessive amount of silicone spray would deteriorate maybe the plastic stem, even the inside piece that I put this on, but especially the neoprene rubber, I think over time. And again, you don't want to get too much on it because you don't want it in your ear. Really, if your brain is firing as much as mine, your hair may catch on fire. But I'm just kidding. But anyway, now I'll move on to the testing of them. I'm really happy with my little experiment. I'm sure, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a few extra sets of these with regular earplugs, because I know you can get different size earplugs at like a Wally World or other places. And I'm going to move on to the test of the actual sound quality of the earbud, because that's what it's all about anyway. These are not per se noise canceling like expensive Bose ones that you would like to have on an airplane, but they are, the technology is, I'd call the technology low tech. It's just basically the technology behind these is the earplug, the use of the earplug for the earbud itself, and that's probably what, 100-year-old technology. So I'm going to move on to the test of the actual sound quality and get to that section next. Well, the results of my sound tests on these little KOSS earbuds, I'll give it about a 7 out of 10 on sound quality. I used 4 apps for Android to test them. I used the stock LG Optimus G music app. I used Google Music Player Pro, which is I paid for that one, and also Music's Match, a lyrics player. It features lyrics, and also features a couple of yearly fees, and one of those fees is for an equalizer, which I used to finally get these to sound like I wanted them to. I only used one song, and that's For Those About to Rock by AC/DC. It has some pretty good bass punch at the beginning and a good mid-range, and of course the screaming vocals. What I noticed was these really did not, a lot of bass from start to finish all the way through, but a lot of what I would consider muddled or a muddy effect on the sound. Not too happy with that overall, but using an app with an equalizer was key to get these to sound good in my case. Here, I'll go ahead and show a screenshot right here. This is the setting, the normal setting on the Music's Match equalizer. Notice the position of the bars, the settings on this one. Those are basically the default settings that come with any equalizer. Same equalizer with the preset for rock. Notice the bottom and the high end, the bass and treble, are just a little bit more extreme. And then I'll show you the custom one that I created to make AC/DC sound good. To clarify, AC/DC already sounds great, but these are the settings I had to use on the same equalizer to get For Those About to Rock to sound the way I wanted it to. Pretty extreme as far as EQ settings are concerned. Note the position of the what is that, the 10 to 12 megahertz range up there between mid-range and treble. So basically I had to set my equalizer way up and pretty extreme to get these KOSS earbuds to sound you know, like I wanted them to sound, with music I already knew very well. Keep that in mind if you're going to buy a set of these. I think they're going to work great on bus trips, on airplanes. They wouldn't work great, you know, if you were working on a jet, but they're not that extreme, you know. They're just earbuds, basically, with earplugs and earbuds combined. So overall, I'm keeping my review, my rating on this a 7 out of 10, because yeah, I like to use 2 review systems for the price and overall. Overall, a 7 out of 10, a 9 out of 10 for the price. Okay, they're not poorly made. But as any earbud is made the way they are, again, the small wire, I usually take, again, I've already said this in the last section of my review, but I take some of this liquid rubber, and you can buy a small amount of it for like $3. I'll let it drop right through here all the way down and let it taper, because that's the only way you're going to save this section for a few years. It's not going to last more than a couple years max, unless you do that kind of thing. I do that kind of thing all the time. It's kind of weird until you realize how long I get to keep some things that should have died years ago. But again, if you want to buy a pair of these, go ahead. They're great for the price. They're you know, they're 9 out of 10. Did I put it that way? Yeah. Overall, they're 7 out of 10s. I'm gonna add to this review. I'm probably just gonna add to the description on YouTube. Once I use them for mowing a yard, I want to see whether they really do keep out that much sound. But I'm convinced that you could listen to these in the middle of a room where another song was playing on an outside stereo, and you could enjoy the music you wanted to. So they do keep out. They do their work. The little earplugs do. Enjoy buying them if you want them, but take what I learned and build another better set. You know, like I said, I'm actually going to buy a more expensive used set with better magnets, especially someday, and I'm going to use this type of thing, this little stirring straw, to make my own stems, and just super glue those on there and replace the ones that have the little flimsy earbud things. I have always hated those. They never work right for me. But these, as far as people with unique ear canals, let's just put it that way. If your doctor's ever told you that kind of weird thing, or if you think you have it, you're not going to use these to swim. But you know, you could probably use them when it's wet outside, as long as you dry them out afterward. And again, if you sleep, I think you're going to need to try them out. But you know, nap with them a few times, and by that time you'll know whether you'll be able to sleep in these or not. I noticed that the magnets should be freaking huge, because these are some of the largest earbuds I actually own as far as the backs are concerned. But as far as the stem and what's actually inside them, consider that, and whether you want that poking in your ear. I also do realize that there's a good centimeter of this earplug going past that little plastic hard stem. So if you have these in your ear, and I'll just go ahead and show you how that works with my great hair. I went deaf. Now, if you have these in your ear, you're going to notice that you can't feel anything. You're not going to jam your ear with that piece of plastic sheath in there. It's actually, like I said, the tip of the earplug material extends at least a centimeter beyond the end of that little plastic rod in there. So it's not going to, I don't think there's any real danger of it. Of course, these are not for children, but they make some headphones that look like they're for children, so maybe you should buy some of those. Anyway, another time, another review. I do highly recommend these for the price.